Hello everyone, so this is the recap for the Derbyshire British National Championships Duathlon. They say better late than never, right? Hello everyone, so this is a quick recap of the race that took place on the 5th of March. So this was the standard distance duathlon British National Championship race, and it was a stacked field. I knew I had my work cut out for me. The reason I say that is because when I started this journey of duathlon 2 years back, I knew that the British National Championships, had the cream de la cream participating in these events, and everyone that will be there is actually top quality, is a top quality athlete. So I never imagined myself, registering for these events, let alone, being part of the action. It was something that was so far-fetched. I was just like, well, this stuff belongs to the good guys, people that belong in the sport. When you come into the sport, you feel like you're an imposter. The imposter syndrome does get you. But then, you have to just know that you belong, and you just keep plowing away through the challenges, and in each and every race, make sure you learn something. But anyway, I signed up for this race. I spoke to my coach. We're planning the season. Like, okay, we want to build up to the World Championship. So let's, list down a couple of races. I'd seen the Derbyshire Duathlon, but then I was like, National Championships, British National Championship is going to be intense, And so when I spoke to my coach about it, my coach suggested, register for this event. I was like, okay. It's interesting. The coach has so much faith in my abilities. So perhaps it's time I start believing in myself. And that's one of the important things that I've learned about having a coach. Because it's nice to have that someone on your corner who believes in you, who can see things ahead, see the future on your behalf. Because the coach knows how to plan, and the coach knows how to bring out the best in you and how to make sure you peak at the right time and you perform to the best of your abilities. And so having my coach suggest that do take part in the English National Championships, that was a boost to my confidence, because I was like, okay, the coach believes in me, so I guess I should start believing in myself. It's not easy, because when you start, I'm still new in this sport, and it's just been a few years, and you go to a race and you you come last, or then you go to a next race, you improve a bit, and then you know where you are. But then having my coach say go to these competitions meant a lot, and I knew that I had a solid training, a winter block of training. So I signed up for the event, got to the event, and my age group had the heavy hitters. So there was an elite athlete in my age group. So if you don't know which age group is that, that's the 30 to 34-year-old age group. So it was stacked, and I knew it was stacked. And we discussed with my coach that yes, it is stacked. So I was excited because it was an opportunity for me to see where I am in terms of my fitness, being the first standard distance race since last year. So it was a good way to see where I am relative to the best people in the world, because the reason why I do this is to one day be the best. I'm not doing it just to be mediocre for the rest of my life. No, the aim is to, be one of the greats. When they talk about the great duathletes, my name comes up and they're like, oh yeah, Sipo's signing up for this race. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So that's the reason why I'm in the sport, and also to have fun and to grow and to have something that, keeps me out of trouble. But anyway, back to the race. So the race started off with a 12K run. I'm just saying 10K. So it was a 12K run, and it was in the undulating hills of the Cousinton Water park, and it was an exciting race. So got through that 12 kilometer run and then onto the bike. So got on the bike, got out on the bike, and halfway through the bike it started to rain and it snowed a bit, and I started to feel cold. My hands were frozen. I was questioning myself. I was like, why am I here? Why did I sign up to this event? Could have waited for the warmer weather. Why suffer through this? But then, it builds a certain level of resilience in you when you take part in such events, because you think, I'm not the only one who's experiencing the cold. It's not like the cold was like, I'm going to get you today and leave everyone else. No, the cold was out there getting us all, So I started to feel cold in the middle of the race, but then I fought through that. I think this was the first time in a race where I had to actually talk to myself and tell myself, you've got this and you can do this. So I soldiered on, and my hands started to feel a bit better, but then it didn't really help, but my hands were cold. So managed to get through the bike leg. I was able to meet my target because I had calculated the amount of time that I was going to take to go through the bike. And I was really excited because the first run and the second and the bike leg all were according to my plan, and I raced according to what I had decided I'm going to race with. Where that placed me in terms of position didn't matter, but I just wanted to execute a perfect race according to the best of my fitness and ability on the day. So got off the bike and I couldn't remove the helmet. I was struggling, and luckily the marshal came and helped me unclip my helmet, and that was half of the battle done. I had to put on my shoes. Tried putting on my shoes. I felt like I had no fingers. I was like, where are my fingers? Am I pressing there? Where are my fingers? So I had to sit down and calm down, take a deep breath, and put in my shoes. That's the slowest transition that I've ever done. I usually pride myself in fast transitions, but that was horrible. But anyway, I managed to get my shoes on, and that gave me a certain level of fire that I'd never had. I got out of that transition and I bolted out. I ran like, I don't know, just ran like something was chasing me. I ran away from the transition area. So I ran so hard, and I was so pleased with my performance. I managed to get back and place myself finish in a decent time. And of course, in my age group, there was 6 of us. And the 5 guys that were there have been in this game for a long time. And it showed. So if you look at the results at Centennials, you Google, just go to the 38 to 34-year-old age group, you'll see my name, Sipo, and I'm there at the bottom. But then that was encouraging. The reason why I say that is because if I look at that time that I did at Centennials, and I look at the time that I did at my first ever World Championships in Avilés in 2021, the course in Avilés was flatter, the run was shorter, and the bike leg didn't even have the level of elevation that Derbyshire Duathlon, I think I said St. Neots, but it's Derbyshire Duathlon. It didn't have the level of elevation that was at Derbyshire, but the times are similar. And that to me was a positive, because even though I did not, come first in my age group or have the, those stellar performances, but in my books, I won. Because if I was able to run a longer route with higher elevation and have a similar time to what I did in Avilés, flatter, almost pancake flat run, and the ride didn't have that much elevation, and the times were similar, that should tells me that I am improving. And that is why I do these events, and that is why, I do the sport, because I like to see myself improving. You may not be improving at a rate that is fast enough. But that's the thing with endurance sports. It's called endurance sport for a reason, because you can't microwave your good performances. It takes time. You have to be patient. You have to be consistent. And if in 2 years I've managed to improve my performance this much, if I give myself, have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, definitely I'll be among the best, because there is no way you can remain at the bottom. Because if you're already rock bottom, the only way is up. You can't dig yourself deeper. I doubt you can. So I look forward to what this journey holds for me, because one day we'll be having this discussion and I'll be telling you that I've won gold at the World Championships. I've won gold at this event. I podiumed, and it's going to be interesting looking back at this video. I'm like, yeah, I remember where I'm coming from, and it's a journey, and I'm happy that you are experiencing this journey with me. And I look forward to the World Championships in April, because I know my performance is going to be better. This is a promise. I definitely will perform better, and I'm looking forward to it. And I also have I also want to say thank you very much to my coach, Yanis. He's really been by my corner. When someone takes you from being a nobody to molding you into a somebody. And I'm going to one day do my coach proud and bring that gold home, and coach will be proud that he's really invested his time and molded a world champion. So thank you very much also to my sponsor, to my friends, to my family, because without their support I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't be enjoying it the way I am enjoying it. And so now, in preparation for the World Championships, I have a GoFundMe page. So I'm trying to raise funds to support my travel there, because I don't get much support in terms of finances when it comes to being supported by my national federation, which is Zimbabwe. So most of these things are self-funded, so you have to find your way there. So the link to my GoFundMe page is in the description below. And so thank you very much, everyone, for following in this journey. Till next time, cheers.